You know, Mirajin, if you know Psycho's advice about taking care of men, you probably would have ended this battle much quicker than you expected. It's finally time to reset the battleground and begin to set up new battles and hype. The chapter is largely a setup for the next double chapter release, leading it to a significant moment that either delivers the hype or fails to do so. It has gone back in the right track with few scenes that cover the end of their own respective battles. Whether the hype does excite you or not, it at least going to places that we are hoping to see for a long time. The one part that I felt iffy on is with Laxus and Makarov. This scene is small but nice. It shows how much Laxus values his grandfather more so than ever. I get the feeling he's going to break when the war is over, like during his funeral. The iffy feeling comes in when it sort of have that vibe that he could be revived. I'm not against revival writing using media so long they are done correctly. However, this series has done far too many for one arc with its "I'm officially dead. No wait, I'm not!" Makarov, despite some strange moments that led to his demise, is good enough as it is. So a revival would be another cheap moment by Mashima. There's a little to no sense of guaranteed revival compared to other characters, but it can certainly happen. Personally, I would prefer the long wait for a funeral story, but time will tell. As for the rest of the chapter, I don't have a problem for the most part. My nitpick is where the rest of Spring of 12 battle resulted in. The reason that I'm not that upset is because we already seen them battle before, so off-panel defeat was bound to happen. You could argue that they are defeated by the wrong people, or you actually want to see Elfman and his family fighting, which is funny since Lizana actually fought yet done off-panels. But it could have dragged, so I guess you could call it as a pick your poison moment. The other reason is sadly that these characters lost the hype a while back, mostly on Jacob. It's unfortunate to have the reason as a double-edged sword. Jacob lost because he was prevented to fight 100% due to fanservice by Mirajin. The idea is comical, which it was always made to be, so I get the joke. Agio lost, and his grandfather, I suppose, stops by in time for a family connection talk, which is pretty convenient. Depends on your level of anticipation for these characters. This segment could be whatever or a facepalm moment. Nitpick aside, the rest is pretty decent. They are finally fighting back head on like a counterattack, even though it didn't feel like they had much of a problem to begin with. Even so, it's pleasant to see everything getting back on track. So hopefully the scenery of Climax will look really good. When discussing about Spring of 12, the one I left out is Brandish, only because I thought it's a good scene. It's funny to see Demiria as tiny, and Natsu still has her dramatized. It didn't help that he's like a giant at the moment, so talk about inducing nightmare. This seems to be the conclusion for Brandish's character as she leaves the war and Lucy says her farewell. It's a simple old enemy become friend, yet it's a good moment with her sincere smile send-off. The other good point is the hype for one battle. August appearing like the main boss, standing at top of the church, strong. The only believable and perhaps the main hype character to fight against him is Gildarts, and it was great to see him again. I can only hope the battle doesn't result off-panel verdict. If we get to see it, I expect it to be the show stealer. Once again, despite the arguable content material, the art is really drawn well. The way on how August stood strong grasped the feeling of a legit powerful boss, even after a series of hype derailment. There are a couple of sincere shots that I like, including the smile of Laxus and Brandish. It's a good yet heartwarming feeling. The impact of Gilda's return is strong enough to make you feel hype again. I don't know if Mashima is being subtle with Lucy dressing up in her old clothes. It's a way to say the series is at its near end, but who knows. The cliffhanger is interesting to say the least. Gray is confronting Zerov at Fairy Tail Guild, so Gray called dibs first. Natsu and Gray didn't make up for their lost cause battle, so I guess apology is on hold, let alone Gray's reaction towards Nasu's and Zero's life link. Regardless, the fact that the next release is double chapters shows that Mashima has something in store, so I'm willing to take this hype bait. Overall, it's a setup chapter that has some good build towards new set of confrontation. While it can be seen as a downer for other characters to be dealt with off panel, not all is lost. Let's hope for the next set pieces are delivered on panel with satisfaction. I'm giving this chapter a 7. It's a step up from the last chapter, so hopefully it will get better. Hopefully Mashima really step up his game after a series of questionable choices he has made. I'm just saying that some of the parts should have done more significant and more impactful for a lot of people to appreciate his moment. What are your thoughts of this chapter? Which one are you looking forward to the most? I'll be honest, I'm looking forward more to Gildas, just because this is one character that actually didn't get that much of a derailment of hype, especially the fact that he's fighting against the strongest Springer member of them all. And even though Gray and Zerov is probably the main focus of the next chapter, I'm still hoping to see the full-fledged fight between them. It's going to be satisfying, or maybe it's just going to be another disappointment. My thoughts are told, don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.